Good morning.
Good morning. You sound like you're already out and about.
Yeah, I'm driving into the office this morning. Just another reason why I don't get out before I do Clubhouse is because this traffic is crazy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
On a regular day, it takes me 30 minutes to get to the office. Not today.
Hmm. Are you nearby the office now? Or are you still kind of far out?
I'm there. You're there already?
No, I have to pick up the sandwiches from Jason's Deli, and then I'll be there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I am about to exit get on 45 for downtown. I'm not too far, but if only you could see this traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Miss Area.
ladies.
Good morning.
Miss Area, we miss you. Where you
Yeah,
been,
we
girl?
do.
Good morning. Yeah, girl. I got a lot going on. I've been a lot going on lately. That's all I can say. But
Okay.
I've been watching from afar. I've been still here. I ain't been, y'all didn't know, but I've been looking and stuff. So I'll
Okay.
be in
Well,
office
if
soon.
if it's something that we can help you with, don't hesitate to ask. You ain't out there by yourself.
Oh yeah, I know. It's not. It's some other stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
I
step away from
appreciate
it
that.
all. Come have lunch with us. We have lunch
Okay.
coming in at 11 today. It'd be great to see your pretty face.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can. I think I'll try to come back today.
Oh,
Okay. Miss Mays, you excited today? You got that closing gonna happen for you?
I am, but oh,
Ooh.
this guy, he okay, this is what I think, like for real. This is what I think. And I was talking to my husband. So when we were looking at houses in the beginning, he didn't want to look at nothing near 59, okay? Nothing. He said, "Oh, I don't like that 59 area." That's what he said, right? And especially like the Humble area and like the Kingwood area, he didn't want nothing to do with that area. And when I had to go pick up the earnest check, I had to go to Humble to pick it up. And I'm like, but you stay in Jersey Village. This is odd. And then he wants to do his closing, but he wants to do it today at 6 by notary, which is fine. But he made sure to make a point that I will not tell his wife where the notary is going to meet him. And guess where the notary is going to meet him? At the Starbucks in Humble. So he has something going on in Humble.
Oh Lord. Oh
Yeah.
my.
So I think he probably has like a whole key other lifestyle in Humble.
You got a whole family. Lord have mercy.
oh my God.
We done made up a whole scenario. Let me tell you, this dude, I would not put it past him though. He is super weird.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, the plot thickens. Oh my
Look,
God.
look, the wife at one point like gave too much TMI because they do give too TMI, and I listened to her because it was a day that she was real stressed out and she was trying to like say I don't want the house anymore, like, and I had to like talk her off the ledge a little bit, like, hold up, I've been working this hard for you to throw it all away. And then she had made a comment of like, yeah, he even goes to sleep in like his clothes, like if I'm gonna abuse him or something.
What?
So that's why I think he has a whole nother family.
Oh my.
Yeah, but he was like,
We
make
go.
sure you do not tell her where the notary is gonna meet me. And I'm thinking, but it's a Starbucks in Humble. Who cares? But then I'm like, oh, Humble.
Hmm. Well, as long as it's gonna be over with, you got the job done by all means necessary. You always get the hard one,
I do, don't I?
but it's done. Yes, you always get the hard one. But it's a good story to tell. You have when you get ready to get you've been in the business 10 years and you get ready to teach somebody else, you're going to have a whole bunch of stories to tell.
I'm a
And
year
lessons
in,
learned.
and I already got some messed up stories.
But at least it didn't cost you nothing. All my messed up stories cost me money.
That's my biggest fear right there. That's my biggest fear. Ooh, Lord Jesus, no ma'am.
It won't happen to you. I didn't have a me. I was me and you at the same time.
Thank goodness for you. I swear to God, thank goodness for you.
Good morning, Miss Latanya. We're going to get started here, guys, in a few minutes. Today is I want to first apologize. I'm trying to get to the office. Today is a big day at the office, and I have a lot of appointments. So I try not to be in the car doing anything that distracts me while I am in Clubhouse. But today I'm in the car. I'm trying to get to the office. I'm not too far. So if you hear the traffic in the background, please forgive me. This is not the professional setting that I was looking for. But today is a conversation. So we are not doing role playing today. Today is really about helping you guys and giving you some information. And let's talk about some specialties or things that we want to get into. I want you guys to know that niching early is not a mistake. There's riches in niches, and there's also warmer leads when you begin to pick a specialty or a niche that you are interested in, because you can just concentrate on where to find those people. So we're going to have that conversation today. If you guys need some help trying to derive what's a great specialty for you, everyone's specialty is going to be different because we all come from different backgrounds. So that's the discovery conversation we're going to be having today. Good morning, Pepper. I love the fact that you guys join any way possible. So I want you to know I also do check the chat every now and then to make sure that you guys I'm looking at your questions or anything. So please don't hesitate to use the chat if you're unable to um, speak. I just appreciate you guys getting on. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Diamond. Good morning, Benitra.
Good morning.
Benitra,
Good
you ready?
morning.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I've been ready since last week.
All right. We about boomling bees about to change directions. We about to get it. So as a group, guys, we're going to hold each other accountable, guys. You guys don't know how you hold me accountable, because by all means necessary, I have to be available to you guys and be on this app, because I am a true believer in consistency. And so after one of our powerful conversations we had on this app, people are deciding, you know what, I'm going to put my business in the hands of my future, and I'm going to really consistently do my business. So we're going to start some coaching sessions, and so we're going to hold each other accountable to our goals. Whatever it is that we want to do, we're going to get out of our way, and we're going to achieve what we want to achieve. So Benitra's having her first coaching session today, so y'all, we're going to hold her accountable. And she's not just doing this for her, she's doing it for her children and her family. Okay, so we're going to get started today. For the ones that just logged on, today is a conversation. Most of us usually get in this business and we wait about 4 to 5 years and we say, you know what, we're going to start this niche. We're going to start doing this. This is what I like to do. We kind of like to dibble and dabble in all parts of real estate, and then we say, you know what, I think I like this the most. And this doesn't necessarily have to happen. We could actually niche into riches really quickly, because we should derive our specialty or our niche by our passion. So I'm gonna ask all of your questions, and I want you to answer, because it's just a conversation, so there's no right or wrong answer. What are you willing to do for free? That's what I want to know.
I am willing to collaborate and connect people together, and I love to empower people. It's just something that I do throughout the day, all day.
So I'm going to start with Shannon. Like with Shannon, because you are great at platforms and you do like to educate people. And so you're gonna have to pick a specialty that is where you're going to empower the people to give them knowledge. So being in the second home era will not fuel you because you're not going to be able to teach them as much as you would a first time home buyer or a senior that's transitioning and going down and being able to learn all those projects because you
Mm-hmm.
like to empower people and teach people. So if I was to niche and I were you, I would niche first time home buyers or I would niche the retirement life because a lot of older people don't know how they can actually live a better quality of life right now, and they can.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of programs and things that can help them. There's a lot of senior communities that have enjoyment. It has health care. It has all kind of stuff that can help them live a better quality of life, and besides going to a nursing home. So that would be just a suggestion. But you usually start with what you are willing to do for free, because that's what passion is. What am I willing to do for free that by all means necessary I will be able to help the next person? So who else wants to go? Who else is willing to do? What are you willing to do for free? So this is a spirit check right here because we got to be willing to do something for free. We're going to do some free work eventually in our life.
Mine's,
Andre, go
I
ahead.
would say mine's is the community give backs that I do. I like doing community service.
Community
Oh yeah,
and
that's good.
evangelizing. But who do you like to talk to in the community? What part of the community do you want to address?
Mine's is more so the elderly. Like I connect with older people more. So what you was telling Shannon, like those programs that help, senior citizens, that would be something that I would be interested in.
So they actually have a designation. You can go on to Texas Realtors Association, and it's an online class. I mean, yeah, it's an online class you can take. It's called a senior specialist, and they also have it at Champions. And sometimes Hard will actually teach that class. It's very lucrative to take that class and get that designation because one thing about older people, you also have to understand eras, right? And people who are older believe in credentials. They look at the letters behind your name. And so they will trust you more if you had the credentials, and it will also teach you how to go and speak to people at estate sales and who to network with, right? So if you don't have, another thing about a specialty is if you don't have something that you're looking for, you have to cast your net so wide. If you're a senior specialist, who should be your vendors? Who do you think should be your vendors, Benitra?
AARP.
No, for real. No, no, you laughing, but for real, AARP, right? Who else?
um I don't know if I'm thinking on the budget. It's like Meta care, Medicare, and like different medical providers.
Medical providers. How about estate sale people,
Oh
right?
yeah. Hmm.
People who do estate sales, because you have to help those people line themselves up with what's going to happen in their life next. Assisted living apartment complexes, mortgage companies that do reverse mortgages who specialize in that product. So when you take the designation class, the reason we're having this conversation so I can direct you to where you need to go, because if you take the designation class, they're going to teach you all of that. They're going to teach you who to network with, where to find the people, how to have the conversations, and truly be a help to those people. Does that make sense? So I would suggest that
Yes.
if you two like to do that, I would take that class because it's truly, truly, truly a benefits to your business. And then all you have to do is go out and do what you like to do most. You should network within community centers because a lot of the neighborhoods have community centers where the ladies go in and older people they play bridge, right? Some they have the
Yeah,
dancing
I'm
old
I'm
ladies.
actually sponsoring a bingo for a elderly community center in May, on May 12th.
See? So they play bingo, they play big whiz, they go a lot of places and do a lot of things. They even have field trips for them. But this is the reason why you have to be willing to do it for free. And I started out with that question is because if you don't want to do it for free, you're not going to do it out of your passion. And there's going to be some free education you're going to give. Everybody that you help is not going to pay you. So if we're looking to make money on every transaction we do, then we're probably in the wrong business, if that makes sense. Who else? Who else has something that they're willing to do for free? Come on, y'all. How many of you ever thought about it from that perspective?
So I've yet to do it for myself, but we have a tattoo company and tattoo shop, and we've done it for years from the tattoo shop. We sponsor patients with cancer,
Mm.
and because of you this year, and this is quite the truth, I've actually spoken to Benita about this. We're doing a give back to the community for Easter. We're doing Easter baskets for the kids. But that's with the shop. I've yet to do anything like that for myself, for my brand, for me.
You should start. So you should start niching in that health community because there are a lot of programs. There we donate a lot of money to. I'm gonna say it's the Susan B. Anthony. I may be wrong, but we donate a lot of money to cancer. And there is a program here in Houston, and it's also a program, I think it's like in Oklahoma. So I don't know exactly how it works, but I know if you catch the cancer really fast, they have like a whole place that you can go stay, and they make it super, super comfortable for you, and you can help people in that community. So how does that relate to real estate? Those people do a lot of short sales. My first short sale client was in California, and she owned 12 units here in Dallas Fort Worth. And so she got cancer, breast cancer, and she was in treatments, and she was unable to work. So I was able to short sell all of those properties off for her, so that she was able, and the bank gave her $3,000 to $6,000 for each property to get herself together, but she needed that money to be able to go stay in one of those facilities so that she could get some help because her husband left her. Now, it was a lengthy process, and sometimes I'm only able to just talk to people and help people, but in that scenario, I was able to completely save her life. So it starts with what you're willing to do and who you want to help.
Okay.
Um, how does Charlie come off mute?
I'm off. I'm
We got
off
you
mute
on mute.
now.
Oh, okay.
I'm off mute now,
Oh,
but
okay.
I kind of missed the full question. Could you ask it again?
Yes. So
Thank you.
the
Have a good day.
first
Take care, my
question
dear.
was to do for free. And I asked that question because this is how we're going to derive what specialty or what niche we're going to go into. So, is there something in life that you're willing to do for free?
Pertaining to just business.
Uh huh.
Um, yeah. I mean, I do a lot of stuff for free. I help people. I give out education. I still do, credit repair. I give away that for free a lot too.
So, because you come from the education department, right? You would be like Shannon, really good at first time home buyers, right? Because you
Hmm.
take them from not even being able to think that they could own a home and liquidating all of their money and not investing in themselves to actually being a homeowner.
Mm. Okay.
And you're willing to do that, right?
Right.
So I would, instead of casting my net really wide, I would advertise to people who have you ever do you believe that you can have a home today? Do you have the dream of having a home but don't know the steps, right? Because you like to educate. it wouldn't aggravate you to teach someone the process, and you can help them because you have a credit repair business. So I would go to colleges and do career day, because what a lot of people don't know is that if you're in college right now and you graduate, you need 2 years of employment to buy a home, but you can use your education as employment.
Wait, what?
Yes. So education is considered employment, and now you qualify for a first time home buyers program. Just depending on what industry you're going in, you can use your industry, and there's programs for that industry. Naisha has a program for doctors. There's a program for engineers. There's a next neighbor next door program for people who are going to teach, because they could buy a foreclosure, FHA foreclosure for 50% off. So it depends on what, but you can buy a house immediately, and all you need is an offer letter to determine how much house you can buy. So most people that are going to PV, right? I will always go to PV because PV is huge for engineering, and most of those kids have done internships and they're on their way to a job as soon as they get off. I would go to TSU because they have the best pharmacy school in the world, and they are immediately going to get a job at CVS making $100,000 an hour. I mean, $100,000 a year, and they only have to do 4 years. So I would definitely go to those people, host seminars, and if they messed up their credit in college with credit cards, I could help them with their credit, and now I can sell them a house. All doing what I'm willing to do for free and what's my passion, and that's helping people. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So the more we contribute to these conversations, the more I can help you guys. But if we just sit back and we just listen to everyone else, this is exactly, I can picture your business by the conversations that we have. It lines up with it. And we got to get better at having these conversations, because that's exactly what this platform is for. It is for us to sharpen ourselves. But I got to know how to help you, because sitting behind that phone, if you're nervous to talk to your peers, these are people y'all see all the time. Y'all know each other. If you're nervous to talk to them, then you got to be nervous to go out and talk to the people in the public. And if you cannot meet new people, you will not make money in this business.
For me, I would say it's cooking and baking. I'll cook and bake for somebody in a minute.
Mhm. So that's a service. So you're willing to serve, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I would get my APR. I would get my accredited buyers representation. I would get my GRI, because you're going to be really good with buyers, because buyers take service. Now, should we always go after buyers? Not necessarily. If you want, and buyers are in all aspects of real estate. Buyers are in the senior part, buyers are in the investment part, buyers are in the traditional sale. But that will help you because you're willing to serve people. So showing 20 houses to you would not get on your nerves, right?
No.
Yeah, because you're able to help somebody. So I would get my ABR, because we
So
all
how
need
do
to have a service spirit.
so how do I go about doing the ABR club?
You can get the ABR is offered on Texas Realtors online. ABR is offered at Hart. It's offered at Champion. It's also offered on the CE shop, right? And a lot of times on the CE shop they have a coupon. It's online, but they have a coupon for you, and it's makes it like 40% off. I think they were having 50% off for St. Patrick's Day. But I get a coupon for them all the time. So I'll keep abreast the next time I get a coupon, and I'll just put it out there for you guys on the group me, so that you guys can take advantage of it. But there's a lot of specialty classes. Another thing you could get is your veterans certificate to be able to help veterans. They have the hugest certificate, and they help their kids can buy a house with their VA. They can buy a house with their VA. They don't have to have any money down. So those are great people. So I would network within the VA hospitals and connecting with those people and all the different VA programs. They have a program that when a veteran becomes moved to a different town, they can go to different shelters for free for a certain amount of time. And now you have it is only veterans, right? So now I can go in there, I can let them be abreast of what programs they're having. And I actually have a friend who did it. He moved here from Jersey. In Hurricane Harvey, this is how he found the veteran place. And he called me. He was like, "Hey, Jelly, there are people here who looking for a place to stay, and they do not know what to do. They've been taken care of by the Army for so long that they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know what direction to go. So you can get your VA certificate, and you can serve people. Who else can? Who else?
Okay, so where do I go for the VA?
A lot of title companies teach it. I'm gonna go through my email. So just remind me that's what I need to do for you, and I
Okay.
will go to my email because I seen it the other day.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you.
coming up. You're welcome.
Mr. Now, I like doing things like you guys did yesterday with like helping the kids or giving back. I was thinking about like probably doing like after school programs. Have you heard anything like that?
Mhm. Who was that standing next to me? Oh, I was that was Patience the first time we were there, and she was like, "How does this stuff work?" And I said, "Just imagine. Okay, so yesterday we were at kids meals, and when you continue to work for organizations and donate your time like nonprofits, they will start doing fairs and they'll do different parties and appreciations, and you'll get invited to those events, and you're doing it for a cause, right? So you're willing to go in and make meals once a month for free for kids. But in turn, when they get ready to have their gala, when they get ready to have their appreciation for the people, for the volunteers, now you have a room full of people that you can network with. Being connected to organizations gives you legs into people. People will connect you to people. That's where your connections come from. When Andre is saying, when you connect yourself to three investors, it'll change your life. If you connect yourself to three nonprofit organizers, it will change your life. Because then
I
they'll
have a
connect with the doctors. They'll connect you with the HR. And when HR comes in, they have to, and nonprofits have to give their money out. They cannot have any money left over at the end of the year. And they have people who are coming from other companies. So then you get into relocation. Those are the strongest connections you could possibly make. So it's definitely riches in niches and connections. Does that make sense?
My nonprofit that I'm a part of, SoCo, they actually told us yesterday on the monthly meeting they looking for a building. They need a building in the next 2 months. They need to be moved. And guess who's gonna help them get that building?
Absolutely.
Boomy B.
Absolutely. So that's how being in the room matters. You guys miss 80% of your opportunities because you're never in the room when they're there. There's opportunities in every room. It's just that you guys don't speak up. There's actually opportunities in this room. If you guys were speaking up and saying, "Hey, this is what I want to do," there are people on this app that can help you. But going in a room and being quiet is worse than not going at all. You woke up to purposely get here at 8:30 to be quiet, and we are not a quiet business. You should be inboxing people that you've never seen on this app before. You should be calling them, asking them, what do you do that if I knew what you did, it would help me and your business together? How can we network? How can we be better? How can we grow each other's business? Because all of us, even though we're realtors, we all come from a different background. Does that make sense? Where did you come from? What did you do before you became a real estate agent? But it's really scary that it's not something we're willing to do for free because the money we make in this business is a byproduct to what we do. When we lead with contribution, that's where the money comes from.
oops.
So I'm gonna ask again, who else?
Me, what I've been gearing towards is getting more into community activities and learning about what communities need, especially where I live, because I'm not satisfied with it. So that's something I'm trying to get more into is learning more about specific communities and also volunteering more and joining organizations. There's one specific one actually that I want to join that I just relearned about. I'd heard about it before, but forgot about it. It's called the Junior League of Houston.
Mhm.
It's a women's association, but you need a sponsor to get you in, and I don't know anybody who's a part of it. I had asked Ray yesterday about it if she knew anybody by any chance, but she didn't. But that's one, for example, that I want to be a part of because they do a lot of big things.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I actually do know someone who is part of the Junior League. I'm part of the top ladies of the extinction, and every lady in there belongs to some type of program and some type of organization and some type of nonprofit. So our leader, Lady Imelda, is actually part of the Junior League.
Awesome. Okay.
So I will connect you two together. And there's also the Houston, Urban Junior League that you can be a part of that you don't need a connection to, and that is a huge program to be involved in, and it's right down here in Houston. I mean
Okay.
downtown, to join so that you can be part of that organization.
All right.
Um, in the city right now, being part of city organizations, you get the first no. There is a development that's coming out called the Harvey Yards, right?
Mhm.
And it's going to get started probably in June because you have to have all your solicitations in by March 31st. But they're getting ready to sell houses on a sliding scale. So right now, I'm gonna tell you, I got an email. Let me go to my email. It just came to me yesterday. So there is a city of Houston community meeting, right? And Mayor Turner is going to announce all of the community development people that he's going to give money to in this meeting. They're going to host this meeting every Thursday. But just go to this website if you're interested in knowing what's going on in the city in the housing department because they're looking for ambassadors for the city. And they're giving $10,000 grants for you to be an ambassador for the city. What you have to do is educate the community. You have to have a facility. They will give you $10,000 for the material and the marketing, and all you have to do is educate them on affordable housing.
Oh, sign me up.
Is it the HCDD? I think because
Yep. Yes,
yeah, yeah, I have that on my calendar. I think there's one today at 10 to 11:30 or something like that.
absolutely. And
Yep.
they're having them every week because you have to go to the meetings. You have to go to all three meetings in order to get the grant. Once you go to the meetings, you can actually, like our office can facilitate because I'm actually an ambassador. I just don't have the time to get all of this stuff done, but you guys can. So if you want to be part of the community, go to those meetings. Even if you don't go to the meeting, just register because the catch is they're going to send you the replay if you register, and you can go back and listen to it.
Can you give us that website again?
HCDD. Let me go back to my email real fast. So it's HCDDPIO at HoustonTX.gov. That's the if you want some information or the you want to contact somebody, that's the email that you send it to. But today in that meeting that Diamond just told us about is where Mayor Turner is going to announce all of the appointments for the housing and the community development. You guys need to know what's going on in the community. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely.
If housing is going on and you part of housing and you sell houses, there should be nothing that I'm telling you that you don't already know.
So you said they'll give 10K for materials and marketing.
Yep. For you to advertise and be an ambassador. And all they want you to do is educate the community. We don't have enough education in the community about affordable housing.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, the people that are like us don't get a chance to take advantage of it because they don't know, right? And so if education is your thing and you want to go out and educate people, you're going to actually, yeah, you'll be doing it for free, but it's going to turn lucrative to your business later on.
Hmm.
And if you guys remind me after this, I will send you the link to. I'll put the link in the group me of the meeting. I can just put the email address.
I
I
was
guess I can
I was
send it.
about to ask you to do that because I'm driving, so
Yeah, please.
I'm
Yeah.
on my way up there. So
Okay. Well, yeah, I will put the link in there. I'm trying to see if I can put it here in the clubhouse for the people who are not part of our office. HCCDD. But that is a very important part to be a part of the community. And I started out with asking you, would you do it for free? Because you don't want to jump on it just because it's going to make you money. Why not know that information? Because knowledge is the only thing that cannot be taken from you.
And you know what? I feel like gosh, what's her name? The lady who spoke at the field trip, whose lot we were on.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm missing her name right now, but when she said that, the reason why certain things are happening in the community is because, the housing, people are, the houses are bad, people aren't keeping them up. And that made me think about my own neighborhood over here. That's why we only have one Fiesta and it burns me up inside because I got to drive 20 minutes to the nearest gas station. So I'm like, okay, that's one way I can help educate the people. Like, okay, if we want better things in our neighborhood, we got to do something about our homes. So yeah, knowing certain
and then,
things like that definitely helps.
and then the cost of that Fiesta that's in your neighborhood is outrageous. So
Yes.
they have lack of product over there, and then when you do have to go to the grocery store or the grocery stores that's in the neighborhood, the prices are ridiculous.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But we can actually change that. I saw Chris Siegel make a statement one day, and he was saying he was doing a speech. This was a couple of weeks, like this was last week, and he was saying we take ourselves out of our communities, but we don't move our people out of the communities. And then we expect them to be able to do something for us. If we don't keep our dollar in our community, we cannot control our community. If we don't go to the meetings where the decisions are made, if we don't put the votes in the people that are local instead of we looking to see only time we vote is when we voting for the next president, then we will not be able to control those things. Right? How many of you guys knew before we went to the field trip that they're getting ready to build on 280 acres a solar farm? That how is that going to change our business? Tremendously. That is going to tremendously change the trajectory of the city if they have a solar farm that's 280 acres. Because what does solar do for us?
It saves us money on extra electricity and give us another source of energy, basically.
Exactly, and it's going to take us a different direction. So solar is eventually going to become the monopoly, right? We noticed that we should have noticed that when we were unable to have power for 2 weeks almost in 2020 or 2021, that we should have made some different decisions. We got to go where everything is going. We should have started educating ourselves on Generacs and generators and how to be able to have power because we should have realized that we don't, it's some control we don't have. If they could take all the electricity out of the whole city, that's a huge problem. Because how many of you ever imagined before that happened that we had limited electricity? I was one of those people who thought it was limited. Like that would just never happen. So there's always someone thinking two steps ahead of us. My dad asked me about a solar, um, buying land to put solar panels on 10 years ago. My brother, right now, my brother in law builds 100% solar homes in South Dallas. And I battle with it in my mind. Like I said, well, how can I have 100% solar home? Because I just need some electricity, but they have backup batteries. Like it's truly a thing, and they're super expensive. But if that's the direction that we're going, we don't do enough research to know what's coming up. So we're always two steps behind, and that's crazy to me. We have to learn and earn every time, every day. Every day we should be studying something, learning something, and being aware of what's going on around us. You should know in the 50-mile radius what is going on in your city because it definitely affects you. Not knowing is worse than knowing and not doing anything. So, who else? Who else has a direction that they want to take themselves to and become a specialist in it? Because what it means is I'm going to become an expert in this area. But I'm definitely telling you, if you're going in it for the money, it's going to get draining and it's going to end quickly. So you have to dig within yourself and say, who do I want to help and what do I mind doing all the time, whether I get paid or not? Because I'm telling you, the money will come.
So, Mr. Now, earlier I mentioned that like kids, but I was thinking more specifically, well, of course, kids, but then also seniors in high schools because their families will become like empty nesters or whatnot. So, how would you go about that?
So you got to do the research on how what schools are having the most amount of seniors that graduate. There are schools who have a very low graduation rate. So what is that a sign of? If I went to a school and the graduation rate was low, what is that a sign of?
Poverty.
Yes, very much so. So if they are in poverty and they're 9 times out of 10, they're not going anywhere. Their parents are not going to sell. It's also evidence of a rental neighborhood because they're not educated enough to make those type of decisions. Now, is that a sad place to be? Could that community use you from an education perspective? Could you change their mindset? Yes, you could. Maybe that's the direction you need to go. But you definitely need to be well versed on affordable housing because if you're going to cast your perils in that area, you're going to have to know what your end result is going to be. Like, I need to be able to accomplish something here. But if I'm looking to say, hey, I'm going to be looking for these people because they're getting ready to sell their houses, 9 times out of 10, they don't own them or they're not selling because those are going to be the parents who are going to take their grandkids, and their grandkids are going to have to come in. And it happens, it's real, and it's unfortunate, but you got to be aware of that. So you got to do a little research. You got to know what signs that you're going into. Now, if you went into a neighborhood and the sports was good, means the graduation rate is going to be high, then yes, some people will like to move. But now, what's your end game? Where are you going to move them to? Does that make sense, Justin?
Yes, mama does.
So some of this comes with a little education, a little research, a lot of research, and a lot of connecting in the right spots, like correcting the right dots to each other. So I want you guys to think about this because of the lack of communication that you're doing right now tells me you haven't even thought about this. Like this hasn't crossed your mind. And this is what separates the 90% from the top 10%. We had this conversation before. Did someone want to say something? So we had this conversation before, and I let you guys know what the top 10% people were making. The top 10% of people in Houston are making $300,000 a year. That's the top five. The top 10 is making $215,000 a year. And you guys in your position can very well make that money. You could sell 30 houses and be in the top 10% of income earners in the city of Houston. But we don't do enough research to figure out how we're going to plant our feet. So, any questions? It's 9:05. Do you guys have any questions? Thoughts? Things that you can share? What value you could bring to the conversation to help someone make up their mind of what specialty they should go into.
I think mine's a little different. I'm willing to problem solve. I do stress out. I'm a freak out, but I like to problem solve. At the end of the day, those hard deals, I've noticed that I freak out, but it's a high also on figuring out an end solution. So I don't know how I can tap into something like that.
So I've told you time and time again, eventually you're going to get it. You need to tap into the I-10 community.
And I've been working on that. I've been finding I-10 people. I'm looking for a lawyer that speaks Spanish. But I have been working on setting that up. And actually, I've been meaning to get with you because I keep forgetting. Well, you leave or I leave to get that lender from you, from the I-10 gentleman that you met at the gala.
Okay, yes, because that guy, he has a private lender who will help I-10 people with 20% down, and they don't need to have none of their paperwork together. So those are the people that you really want to connect with. But that's how you can problem solve, because that's a huge problem. And you can get all of those people in one room. You can make a lot of money in the masses. So I would definitely get into that, finding everything from the person who can set it up, from the person who can do the taxes, from the person who can do the loan, the person who can lend the private money, all of that. I would definitely get that literature out there as soon as possible.
That is my goal.
Okay. Faraji, did you want to say something?
I did initially, but I'm just trying to, I guess, kind of get caught up what the conversation is centered around. But I did want to make a comment regarding the technology in Houston, because that's what brought me down here from New
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, the technology boom. So the whole solar um, the solar conversation was centered around the issue with Texas feeling like they want to be separated from the greater grid, and that's, I guess, the big issue with Texas. But then also regarding the specialty that you're passionate about, that you will not get paid for, I kind of moved in that realm, and I became a business continuity specialist and business continuity and recovery, disaster recovery specialist, because that's what I that's what I've been doing for the last few years in the corporate world, and I was a subject matter expert, and it turned lucrative for me because I had a boutique style technology consulting firm, and we just moved in that direction, and I started to see, uh, you know, greater gains financially when I did that, instead of just doing what the status quo was, just fixing people's computers, et cetera. So I mean, I just wanted to kind of just contribute that in that manner. But that's it.
So that's the whole point that I was trying to prove, is that take what you like to do, spin it to make money, but know that you're going to have to do a lot of it for free, a lot of research in order to be, you got to be a subject matter expert at it. And the only way to become a subject matter expert is to do a lot of research and to do it for free, right? But spin it to a financial instrument for you. So if you already like to do it, just do it.
Absolutely.
So like we learned from Andre giving a free field trip about the solar thing that was going on, right? Andre goes out and educates people for free, because in turn he's going to find the people who really really want to do it, and he knows there's only so many houses he can build alone. It's only so many investment properties he can buy before he needs some more legs and feet on the ground. So the whole objective is to spread it wide and grow it deep.
And then to have other people speaking on your behalf because of their influence.
Correct.
Influence is so powerful, so
Correct.
powerful.
Right. So if you want to go in and help high school students, Justin, you being able to change a high school student life should be payment enough. Now, of course, people are going to want to do business with you because of the influence, like Andre says. But you You got to be wanting to be fulfilled by the action and the things that you are doing and the help that you're giving to people. And the money you make is a byproduct to that. One thing I can say about Faraji is he is truly passionate in helping people. He is truly passionate in saying, hey, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. And in turn, he has become an influencer. And we are, most of us are people who are been in Houston for a really long time. Faraji and I moved to Houston at the same time 5 years ago. So there should not be a an area of Houston that he or being able to come from New Jersey and establish a whole business here and win. And we are here all the time, and we're in real estate, and we have connected, and we have all the tools, and yet we still are not using them. And I'm a true believer. The reason why we don't have a contribution is because we haven't thought about this. We haven't really said, okay, what do I really want to do? So being just a real estate agent is going to be hard. I'm gonna tell you that. I've been in this long enough to tell you, if you just wake up every single day and say, you know what, I just want to be a real estate agent, there's no substance in it. You got to be able to do something that you specialize in, that you are going to be known in. And it all starts from what you're willing to do for free and who are you willing to help. So if you haven't thought about that, this is the perfect time to consider who you are and what can you contribute to the world, because we can't always have our hand open thinking that we're going to get something. Even the people that are going to do business with us, they do business with us because of who we are and who people say we are and what we can contribute to them. The minute it becomes about money is the minute that it's going to get stale for you. So, who else is willing to do something for free that they can turn in order for it to be lucrative? Who has a direction and a place in their heart that they really want to help people, and you can turn it and spin it into your real estate business?
Hey, good morning. This is Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, I would just say for me, I just take the qualities that I already have instead of thinking of um, stuff that I'm not really good at and trying to be an expert on that. So for me, I would say I like to make everything a simple process. One of my niches, I want to help first-time home buyers. So I know it's a lot to take in, especially for people that don't know a lot about buying their first home. So that's the path I want to go by making it simple enough to where it doesn't have to be a headache.
Exactly. So you can streamline this, right? What I want you to do, there is a program you can do. It's called go to HUD website and go and put in the search bar HUD Certified Home Counselor. If the education is free, to take the test is $60, right? Now this is going to benefit you by helping people. If you become a HUD certified counselor, it's going to teach you how to help people who cannot afford housing, how to do their math, how to set a budget, how to make a savings, and it's going to give them a certificate in the end where they're going to get money to buy a house as a first time home buyer, but they also have a life plan that they can use. And they give you the tools, they give you the education, they give you the booklets to be able to do this. And then you can also go into the city programs and tell them that you are a HUD certified counselor, and they will hire you to teach that class to the masses because that's the same class that the people take. And most of these people have to be first time home buyers to take this class. So that's how you turn it into lucrative, because now you're a realtor and you're teaching the classes and you're in the room. So who are they going to choose after you get up in front of them and tell them how to save them their lives and get it in direction? You. So I would take that class so that you could be an asset, and then I would systemize it. Every time someone called me, I already know what you're going through. So I'm going to send you this document. I'm going to send you here. This is the next step you have to do. This is the next step you have to do. And you should maintain a pipeline of 25 people at a time at all times. But people like credentials. So become a HUD certified housing counselor because it teaches you how to help people like that.
Okay, thank you for that information.
You're welcome. Anyone else before we go? We got 15 minutes. Any questions? Any comments? Any help people need? Um, I'm here. We got 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna have class today. Today is presentation day. If you come into the office, just make sure that you have your presentations with you. This is an interactive class. Today, we're really going to talk about and learn to have better conversations. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a lunch and learn. We have a vendor coming in today that's bringing in lunch. So I hope to see each and every one of you at 11 o'clock. If you cannot join us in class, you can join us on Zoom. Shannon's going to hang back and put the Zoom information in the link and to answer any questions that you guys have. And if I hope to see you today. If I don't see you today, I'll see you back on this app again on Tuesday.
Hold on, Janelle. I have something to say.
Shannon, are you there?
Hello, Janelle.
Uh huh.
I have something to say real quick.
Go ahead.
So for everyone, as you can see, we have great information here at CR Elite Realty with the leadership of Rayvon and Janelle. So if you're looking for a great brokerage to join, to learn and grow and develop and take your business to the next level, I'm a witness. Because of this brokerage, we went from $4 million to $13.6 million in 1 year with the education and the knowledge that was bestowed upon us. So if you're looking to grow, Shani will have the information below on how to reach the brokerage to learn and grow along with us. We are family here, educated. So if you're looking for the best brokerage, this is the place to be.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, Andre.
And yes, I did put that information in the chat. If you go to the beginning of the chat, you'll find that you can email training at creliterealty.com to find out more about our brokerage, to get involved, or just to meet our wonderful CEO, Rayvon, or our broker, Janelle. I'll also hang back for any questions you guys might have. I am trying to copy the link to our Zoom meeting that will kick off at noon. And like Janelle mentioned before, we'll do presentation mastery today. For those that are a part of our brokerage, I will send out our digital seller and buyer presentation so that if you don't have your own prepared, you can use that one as a guide and you can make a copy and tweak it and make it your own. But that's the conversation we'll be having at noon. And then, of course, we do have a lender coming in to talk to us at 11. He's going to provide us with lunch. He's going to bring a business partner. It's going to be great. So come prepared with all of your questions. And then if there aren't any other questions right now, you are free to fall off. And I'll just hang back in case there's someone who has a one-off, and also to try to work on putting that Zoom link information in the chat.
Shannon, I have a question. Do we need to bring our presentations printed or on our computers good enough?
I think computer is good enough. It's how you work. You know, sometimes I work better with my paper presentation than I do following along with digital. So whichever way you work best, but digital should work. I think that it's going to be more of a back and forth kind of role play situation where you can bounce ideas off, or you might have a chance to present if you'd like. No pressure. We won't make you, but that's the environment that I believe we're going after. So, like I said, if you don't have one, don't feel like you have to miss out. You can use the one that I'll send out just to have the conversation, just to get it started. And then you can always go back and tweak it and make it your own, brand it for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, family. Y'all are so amazing.
Thank
I'm,
you.
I'll always have to say that. I'm sorry. But you
She
guys
No,
is
are,
the
no.
I
sweetest.
attest to everybody's
Are you
messages.
so
This
sweet? She the
brokerage,
sweetest.
no, 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 you guys are for real. Like, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but when Andre says what he says, I'm like, yo, I confirm that message because it is one of the best for me, the best brokerage in the nation. So yeah, hands down. So you guys are, we're all gonna win. I do believe that now. I had that mindset before I joined CR Elite, but this organization, this brokerage, just confirms my beliefs, and that's what life is all about. Get it in your mind, have that mindset, and then you're gonna meet who you need to meet because you changed your mind. Once you change your mind, it can't, nothing, and no one can stop you. I don't care what you're going through, in life or the pressures that we have as a people, whatever. Nothing can stop you when you change your mindset. So here's the CR Elite, here's the changing our mindset, and here's the a productive, a great year and beyond.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
I will say when I'm
Glad to
always on
see you.
these meetings that you cannot do anything extra. I try working out, but I have to stop and run, go get my notepad to write things down. So
I I know, and I'm guilty. I was working out, so I'm sorry for not being more, interactive. I do apologize, family. I'm gonna have to go ahead because these meetings be so interactive and stuff, and you want to say stuff. So I'm gonna try to get my workouts in before my 8:30 meetings, so I can participate a little more. So yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good
Hey, good
morning.
morning.
I'm a little busy this morning. I'm just hopping on. I want to say hi to you guys. See all you guys in the office today. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be there most of the day as well.
That's
Thank you,
cool
Yvonne.
stuff,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am. I'm gonna
So
be there
yeah,
today.
guys, that was I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. I was just saying I'm gonna be definitely be there today during the training, so we can fill up the room and everything,
All
and
right.
of course get the presentation. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No, no, that's
Sorry,
right.
yeah,
No, I
because I could
appreciate
do Zoom, but
you.
yeah, but I want to be there. Yeah.
No, it's always better in person. It
Yes,
certainly
ma'am.
is. And then I was able to copy and paste our Zoom link in the chat for anyone that wants to join class virtually. It's there. I'll kind of stay on the line. I'm just going to hang back and give people time to pick it up, to paste it, and have it in their notes or wherever they need it so that they can jump in. I'm sure it's going to be a great class today.
Shannon, I think we should acknowledge. I seen I was trying to read the chat, and forgive me for reading and driving. But somebody from Tennessee who was looking for accountability partner. Did she? Did somebody reach out to her?
I do plan to. I did see the phone number for Miss Tania, who's been joining us here lately. And so, yes, that is absolutely in my plans. I was able to screenshot the message, and I will be reaching out to have a bit of a conversation with Miss Tania. Thank you so much for not making sure I didn't miss it.
Y'all see I'm multitasking this morning, reading chat and driving. Y'all
Honey,
pray for
listen,
me.
I am praying for you. You should know that always. But listen, today Clubhouse has made a multitasker out of everyone. Like I have been able to do three and four things at once because I just won't miss it for the world.
Well, I'm almost at the office, so I'll see you guys later.
All right, all right. And then I do have a ask. I just thought about it. If you guys are aware of any amazing vendors, as you go out and you network and you find these great people in the earth, please do share them with me because I'm always looking to expose us to, you know, vendor partners, especially ones that are out there and doing it well. So keep a note and please send to me. And that way, maybe they'll be our next lunch and learn. Will do.
Happy hour, Shannon. Remind them of the happy
You want
hour. Invite an agent from an outside broker. April 7th. What's the times? I don't know the time.
That's right, Benitra. I love it. So, yes, every first Thursday of the month, we get to host agents from all over for our happy hour event. It is from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. It's another thing that if you send me your email or you drop that in the chat, your email, I can send you a proper invite through Punchbowl. You can RSVP. Feel free to bring a guest. We always love new faces, but that's just a great environment to network, to have food, fun, drinks, and we always do an element of surprise. So, this lunch and learn, we will have a grown person's Easter egg hunt, and that should be interesting. I'm hoping that we can take over the whole fifth floor of our building space and just kind of kick back a little, laugh a little, be kids a little, and have a great time. So, yeah, information in the chat. If you have not gotten an invite and you give me your email, I'll be glad to send a proper invitation. Thanks, Bernitra. Great reminder of things.
But yet I keep forgetting my stuff.
Okay, bye everybody. I'll see you in a little bit.
Bye. See ya. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end our space together. I'm going to go pick up a couple of sandwich trays and I will see y'all in the office. Talk soon.